Owl House Season 2, Episode 3 just dropped today, and it was really good. This is my favorite episode of the series so far. This episode is about the origins of King, and there will be spoilers in this review, so click off now. So in this episode, King is going on his usual spiel about how he's the king of demons and all that. And, you know, now that Lilith's there, she ain't buying into his BS anymore. You know, she's just like, I ain't having it. And her and Hootie just aren't having it. They're making fun of King. He says, no, let me take you to my island. Now, at the beginning of this episode, we saw a flashback. So it's clear something was going on with that. So Ida realizes they're gone and actually goes on a journey to go find them and meet up with them. And in this whole episode, this island has never been seen before. It kind of showed up out of nowhere. We don't really know what the deal is. Even Lilith, who is part of the Emperor's Coven and would know about stuff like this, is unaware of it. Which shows how ignorant a lot of the Emperor's Coven probably is. But also Ida didn't know about it either, which tells you something too. So all of our characters are kind of learning things in this episode, which is really cool. But, you know, they're wandering this episode. They see markings. They believe. King believes this until Ida gets there and explains, King, you weren't the king of demons. I found you here in this place because she was on the run from the Emperor's Coven. We don't know for what. Like, she was actually going to be arrested for the Emperor's Coven, which is interesting. I don't know. Well, I guess she's always been on the run from the Emperor's Coven, but this specific place she went to go hide, I guess. But, you know, this episode, she explains this, and that she found King there, and thought he was just some dog, which I find hilarious. So she got him a collar, because she's like, oh, you're a new pet. That's what you do with the new pet, you get him a collar, which is hilarious. But, you know, but then King kind of, she told King that she kind of was playing along with King and just like having fun with him and saying like, you're the king, and then he went on with that and she called him King and it made him happy, so she just went along with it, which is kind of cute. But so that's how King and her kind of met, and so that King's upset. Wait, I'm not the king of demons, none of that. And we learn why he got his, you know, his horn missing. But what we find out in this episode is this: that King was actually hatched by an egg, and this whole place was meant to guard him, and his dad is somewhere out there. Now, we don't know about his mother specifically, but we do know his father is out there, or is supposedly out there. He could be dead. But this is like such a great episode, because I never expected this much backstory for King. You know, King, but they did it in such a way that it didn't feel like forced. It all felt natural and made sense with the character. And it added to the other characters around him. And it was a fun story. And there's a lot to explore here about this island, where it came from, who's King's daddy. Was his dad actually the king of demons? Is that why he thinks he's the king of demons? You know, there's a lot to explore here. But I'm excited to see it all. I think it was a great episode exploring the origins of King as a character. It was just fascinating. And I think this is a 10 out of 10 episode. My favorite episode of the series so far, honestly. 10 out of 10.